Sampras and much of the tennis world had expected to see Andre Agassi in tomorrow's championship, but Boris Becker, summoning the verve and toughness that has won him 3 Wimbledon titles, had other thoughts.
Just a perfect setting for a tennis clash between 2 very good tennis players.
Becker's known around the circuit as a notoriously slow starter, and he cannot afford that today.
I've never seen anybody hitting the tennis ball the way he did the first set and a half.
It was definitely one-sided there for the first hour.
Well, there's the set for Agassi, 6-2. Took 33 minutes.
I was just trying not to get too upset and too down. I was just trying to keep my concentration, just trying to stay as positive as possible.
Oh, he's a surgeon. 4-1. Agassi up 2 breaks in the second.
I was sitting down at the changeover and I really thought about how could I change the direction of the match. I was trying hard to keep my concentration and just to stay in the match, not to show him that I was disappointed or I was down, that I was still trying to fight until the end.
So Becker, well, that tells you more than you think.
That was probably the turnaround. That was, for the first time at that stage, I felt like I was in the match, and I was finally, after 1 hour, into the tennis match.
For the first time, Agassi showing signs of the pressure of being #1.
When that lead slipped away, I mean, I think Boris, started playing a bit more aggressively there, and when he got back on serve, I never quite had the confidence again.
Nobody should underestimate me in Wimbledon. Deep down, I still had the hope that, even though I'm maybe going to lose the second set, I'm still in the third today. I'm still going to fight until the end, and he has to beat me.
I felt like I deserved to be up 2 sets to love, and then when I got away, by the time it was all said and done, he picked up his level, and I never managed to pick up mine.
Yeah. Game and third set Becker. 6 games to 4.
Hard to believe. Agassi was in total control.
I just feel like after that second set, I never quite emotionally rose to the occasion, or my confidence wasn't there.
What started so brilliantly for the #1 seed, Agassi, is sent crashing to this famed turf by Boris Becker.
From the caliber of playing, it was probably the best tennis match I've ever played in Wimbledon.
Best player in many of the seasons in the 80s into the 90s, Boris Becker playing his best ever tennis at Wimbledon to beat Andre Agassi. You've had 24 hours to try to assimilate what we saw yesterday. What's your call?
Well, that's a tough one to still figure out. 6-2, 4-1. It's pretty much what you heard the two players say. Becker was trying to find a way to stay into the match, not get too discouraged. You saw what he did when he finally broke serve the first time. He raised his arms. I finally done it. That's almost done in mock fun. Say, try to get to the crowd into the match. It looked like Andre got flat. Like I said in the piece, it looked like he started to feel the pressure. And he just wasn't the same player. And Becker is so tough mentally. He's the toughest guy I've seen in the last 10 or 15 years, maybe the exception of Mats Wilander, who is that tough on the slower court surface. But here, Boris Becker calls the center court his home, and he really proved it yesterday. I not only may have overestimated Agassi a little bit, but I underestimated Becker, and that's pretty hard to do considering he's been in 6 Wimbledon finals already.
Well, it's Becker's home center court, but the last 2 years, Pete Sampras has been the one who's prevailed. Can he make it 3 in a row?
Well, the question is, there's destiny for both guys. There's a destiny now that Becker's coming back, hasn't won here since '89. Then you talk about Pete Sampras, what's happened with his coach, Tim Gullickson. We got to give Paul Annacone credit. He's been the sort of the third man, odd man out. He's done a good job for Pete, one of the most liked players on the tour when he was playing. He's sort of kept Pete calm, got him back in focus. Will he be the first guy since Bjorn Borg to win 3 in a row? I'm going to pick Pete, but I'm not as sure as I was a couple days ago when I was sure I thought that Andre Agassi was going to beat Boris Becker, but he proved me wrong, and he's certainly capable. I think you can see a closer match, but I still think Pete Sampras has got a little more talent, a little more youth in those legs.
Oh, we've just seen something special at center court. I couldn't help but bring back memories of your 18-16 tiebreak with Bjorn Borg 15 years ago. All those deuces, almost a 20-minute game. Steffi Graf showed why she is the champion.
Well, I've said this for the last few years since I've been working for NBC, that she's the best female physical athlete I've seen, perhaps with the exception of Martina Navratilova. Her physicality is unbelievable out there, but she also showed how focused, how into the match, how strong she is mentally. Sanchez is a real ball of fire. She gave a heck of an effort out there. You've got to feel bad for her in a way because Steffi's already won 6. He said, give Arantxa just 1.
Yeah, that's the way you felt. Oh, go ahead, take 1. I've got my 3.
Well, you had to feel for a little bit, that long last game, and Chrissy really put it on the mark at the end. He said, whoever won that game, and look what happened the next game. Arantxa lost the game at love.
All right, John McEnroe, we'll look forward to breakfast at Wimbledon tomorrow, the men's final.
Let's hope the match then is as exciting.
You bet.